If you are seeing a girl and she says, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, chances are you've made a mistake in the courtship process by over pursuing her or being too available. You see, women only date up, meaning they are looking for a man who is the best available option to them. This means that attraction is tied to perceived options. She wants the best option possible, and part of her evaluation process is to look at you. If you're a man who has a lot of options, you look attractive in her eyes. On the flip side, if she sees that you're invested into her too soon, it signals to her that you lack options, and this lowers your value in her eyes. Women are drawn to a man who is in demand because it subcommunicates that he has high status, that he's confident, and that he's desirable. You always want it to be the woman's idea to seek additional commitment from you, because that is her chasing you, trying to lock you down, which is going to be part of how she falls in love and is attracted to you. When you over pursue and you overcommit too early in the interaction, it flips the script. Instead of her wondering whether she can lock you down, instead, now she starts to view herself as the prize, and that kills off attraction. Most of you guys have probably never read a romance novel. These novels are written for women, but they all have a very typical plot structure, and that is the lead character is a girl, and she encounters this super wealthy, powerful guy, and she embarks in a quest to try to lock him down. But the tension and the main plot line in these stories is her process of not knowing whether he's really going to pick her or not, because he's extremely busy, he's off doing other things, we don't know what he's doing. It's that tension and intrigue that is a huge factor in her attraction. And these novels are consumed very, very heavily by women because it resonates with them. Women need a certain level of intrigue and mystery in order to feel attracted and to fall in love with a guy. So when you're seeing a new girl, if you are overly available, meaning you're texting her too often, you're bringing up the idea of a committed relationship before she does, you're removing that sense of intrigue from her. Women don't crave a sure thing. They crave a man whose attention they have to earn. So if a girl you're seeing says she's not ready for a relationship yet, this is typically going to mean one of two things. Number one, it could mean that you just haven't built enough attraction with her. And if you haven't had sex with her yet, this is almost certainly the case. You need to go back and build more attraction, and I'll cover some steps as to how you can do that in just a moment. The second reason is that she doesn't see you as her best option. Maybe she likes you, maybe she has had sex with you, but she's holding out for something better, or potentially there's another guy in the picture that she likes more, but she hasn't secured a commitment from him yet, so she's keeping you around. In either case, you're gonna need to do some things to try to raise value in her mind, or just simply walk away from the situation if it's not going to work out. To illustrate this point, I wanna tell you a story about a couple friends of mine. Years ago, a friend of mine was dating a girl. She was very beautiful, and he was spending a lot of time with her, and he was taking her on super fancy dates. This guy was very high status. He owned multiple businesses. He was in nightlife. He had restaurants, and he would take her out on super fancy dates, front row at sporting events. He would take her to the fanciest restaurants, and he would do all kinds of things with her. But no matter what he did, she would not sleep with him, and she told him, hey, I'm just not ready for a relationship. And he convinced himself, he said, you know what, maybe she's just some kind of prude, like she's religious or something, and she just doesn't sleep with a guy. Well, in this case, I had another friend who was also dating her, and he wasn't doing any of these fancy dates with her, but they were having all kinds of crazy sex, and she was just being completely wild with him. The reason for that is that my other friend, he had a little bit more of a bad boy persona, meaning he was just out having fun, he was living his life, he was seeing multiple girls, he didn't care so much whether she really was with him or not. He liked being with her, but he wasn't making his world dependent on it the way that the other guy was. And so this was very painful for my other friend to learn, but it was an important lesson because it showed that women are not attracted to the man who can give them the most the soonest. They're attracted to a man with whom they have to earn his respect and his attraction. And so if she's saying to you that she's not ready for a relationship, I know it can be tempting to convince yourself that she has some sort of crazy moral compass or there's some valid reason for that, but that's not the case. You need to remember that women will do anything for the right guy, and so your job is to be that right guy for her, and then all the pieces will start to fit into place. So in any new interactions you have with a girl, you want to let her do most of the pursuing at the initial stages of the relationship. You want to allow her to do most of the texting. You want to allow her to bring up the idea of being in a relationship. You want her to lead that process and her to be the one seeking additional commitment from you. So this hopefully shouldn't ever come up at all. But if it has, and you're watching this video because a girl has said this to you, here's what you can do. Number one, you want to pull back immediately. You need to pull back your energy so that it matches hers. So slow down the pace of your texting. Just withdraw yourself to a certain level. I'm not saying disappear. I'm saying don't go out seeking her attention. Instead, pull back a little bit and wait for her to reach out to you. Stop pursuing. Don't seek explanations. Don't seek closure. Just pull back. This is going to preserve your dignity, and it might make her question her decision. If you give her the space, she might start thinking about you, and she might want to get back in touch. Number two is you need to work on your own optionality. You always need to have options as a man when it comes to women. This means that you are taking care of yourself. This means that you have other women in your life. I'm not saying if you're the type of guy that just wants to be with one woman, that's completely fine. I'm not saying you need to go and sleep with a bunch of women. You can also just be the kind of guy who is desired by women. You don't actually have to do anything with them. You can just kind of have that in your field. That is very important to the woman that you want being attracted to you at the beginning. Number three, if she does reach out to you in the future, then you can set a new date. You want to do something like having her over to your place because you want to create conditions in which you can really connect with her and have sex with her. And number four, you want to focus on creating attraction rather than commitment. What this means is that you're going to have a great time with her, you guys are going to hang out, you're going to have her over for a date, and you're going to ideally have sex with her because that's going to be the primary bonding mechanism for a woman. And then you sit back and you let her bring up the idea of being in a more committed relationship with you. If you are hanging out with a girl a couple times a week, having sex with her and giving her mind-blowing orgasms, she is going to want to seek a committed relationship with you because she's going to fear losing you. The bottom line is her interest in you is going to be a result of her perceived value of you. So don't be needy, don't over pursue. Let your value show by having fun with her and being an awesome guy, being a powerful lover. And if she's not chasing, you've likely been too available and you need to pull back. Guys, I hope that helped. For more info on becoming a powerful lover, check out this video. And if you'd like my help with this or any other issue related to women, go ahead and book a paid consultation with me through the link in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.